Hi, it's Todd and Sarah from Living Hope.
Where there's always hope with God.
We've been doing some yard work lately, and we have been raking underneath our trees. And I have been using a rake and just stabbing it into the ground and pulling it back and rolling up in my rake.
One more time.
Stabbing and rolling.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting like 4 inches of just dead debris.
Stuff.
I think what's happened over the years, like over the last 15 years or so, the grass grew and it died and it started to decompose, and the grass grew and died and grew and died and grew and died and grew and died until there was just like a layer
Big old stack
of decomposed material or material that was in the process of decomposing. However, as I did that, I was really surprised that like I didn't see any insects. I thought, man, I'm going to get insects up in my boots and crawling up my pants, and I'm going to be covered in beetles and
Didn't
bugs.
disturb any.
No, there was hardly anything living in all of that debris.
Right.
And it made me think of unforgiveness. If something springs up in a relationship that we have and we don't address it properly, it may die, but then something else is bound to spring up. And if we don't address it, it may die. But it
just keeps stacking, doesn't it?
Yeah. So let's look at Matthew 18. What does that say about forgiveness?
So Matthew 18, starting in verse 21. Then Peter came to Jesus and asked the Lord, "How many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? And then in verse 22 it says, Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times."
Times 77 or something. There's a lot of 7s in there.
There's a lot of 7s in there. The point being is there was my understanding, a Jewish ritual where it was considered that you would give someone 7 credits. Someone would have 7 offenses before then you could go off. And Jesus is saying, no. You don't just give the 7, you multiply it by 70. So that we need to be immediately forgiveful in all things we do. And, as Sarah's mentioned, this is brought up because we've been digging in the dirt, right? And we see all these layers, but the layers can do harm. The big thing is that we give forgiveness. When we did prison ministry, it was taught that you don't forgive for the other person, you forgive for yourself. Because when you forgive for the other person, you're just hoping that they would die from smoke inhalation from you lighting yourself on fire. In the meantime, forgiving is good for you as an individual, and you can move on from there.
Because unforgiveness, like layers of dead grass, just don't allow life to live.
It stacks up.
It stacks up and it suffocates stuff, and not even insects can live in it. Right. So if you have some unforgiveness in your heart, address it. Don't allow it to build up. They also say, the Bible also says, don't go to bed angry. Says it differently. Don't let the sun set on your anger. But this was a good reminder for us, that
absolutely
unforgiveness kills relationships.
Yeah.
Like layers of grass kill habitat for insects. I don't know. Hopefully you understood this devotion and it was helpful to you.
I question if we do, but we hope this has been a blessing for you.
The moral of the story is forgive, because unforgiveness builds up and it's suffocating.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a blessed day.
Amen.